What many people get wrong about sales is that they're trying to sell themselves alone. They're trying to feel good about themselves rather than really understanding who their customers are. And what typically happens is that this individual is going ahead and just talking about their product, their service. They're talking about, hey, did you know that my product does X, Y, and Z? But is not connecting to this other person's narrative mind at all. When you do not connect to someone's narrative mind, then chances are that not only are you wasting your time, you're wasting the other person's time as well. Most human beings, they have this big sticker on their forehead, even though it's invisible, that writes, "What's in it for me?" So you saying that your vacuum cleaner sucks up dirt at X percentage rate versus this, that's saying something, but you need to relate it to the other person so they can accept the idea. The main thing people are getting wrong is that they're focusing just on themselves, their product, but they're not focusing enough on their customer. Just because anyone can be our customer, doesn't mean that everyone should be our customer. Our goal with sales is to turn warm into hot rather than turn cold into lukewarm. Think about this. With entrepreneurship, it's very difficult to make friends. And whenever an entrepreneur makes friends with another entrepreneur, they feel like they've known each other their entire lives. It doesn't matter if they're in different niches. As long as they're entrepreneurs, they feel like they speak the same language. I one time had that happen with me. I met a good entrepreneur friend, and I felt as though that we were going to be friends for a very long time. But unfortunately, one day, he begins trying to sell me this service that he thought of, and he keeps trying to bring it up in our conversations. The first few times, I was like, no man, I'm good. And then later on, he kept bringing it up. And I was like, look, my friend, no. But here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and give you some people that will be interested in your service. And this individual was making the cardinal sin of focusing so much on himself and his product that he wasn't hearing what I was saying at all. In his worldview, a no meant a yes. So he just kept hitting me up later and later and later. And it got to a point where I just stopped returning his calls. It's because he did not make me feel understood. But more importantly, what happened was he was trying to turn a cold lead into a lukewarm lead. The answer was no. But he made another mistake. The other mistake was that I was willing to give him referrals of people who would be interested, aka warm leads, and he had to simply turn them into hot leads. So with salesmanship, we want to see if someone is cold. If they're cold, you may think, oh, well, they don't want my service. But that's a good thing. We don't want these people that are wishy-washy. If they're like, look, I'm not interested, you as the salesman, whatever you're trying to sell, should be happy. You're like, okay, well, thanks for not wasting my time. Now I could find people that are somewhat interested and turn them into piping hot where they have no choice but to say yes. They accept my idea. The questions we ask will determine the results that we often get. Rather than asking, how can I sell this product? It's better to ask, how much value can I provide? What kind of value can this vacuum cleaner provide Sammy? Now what's happening, even though you cannot see it, is that your thinking processes are subtly altering. The narrative is altering. And as the narrative is altering, what happens is you begin engaging Sammy's narrative mind. How can this vacuum cleaner add value to Sammy's life? Hey Sammy, you ever had that one moment where you're eating Chinese food above your table? You've had a very long day, and as you're eating, every now and then the Chinese food falls out of your mouth and hits the carpet. but it's one of those things that you can't see, but it's you could feel it with your feet anytime you're walking on the carpet. Sammy's like, yeah? In his mind, he's thinking, how did he know that? Well, this vacuum cleaner, it's capable of sucking up even the stuff that you do not see. So nowadays, when you're walking on the carpet, you're not going to have to feel the crumbs and stuff and feel grossed out. Do you see what I mean? So this salesman is doing a good job because this salesman is engaging Sammy's narrative mind rather than talking about the electric voltage of the vacuum cleaner. So ask that question. Whatever person that you want to add value to, simply ask the question, how can I have X, aka the product or service, give value to Y, aka the potential customer?